doesn't even listen to the show when he's in the episode.
Dude.
Y'all is some bombers tonight. Fucking B-52s in this motherfucker.
Where's he at?
Yeah, he said he wanted to be here for this episode.
Where you at, Nick?
We said 3 p.m.
Nick,
like always.
Nick, take this mic.
You can't. Oh,
He seems to not be here. I was late,
Oh, my
but I
God.
showed up.
Yeah, after 20 minutes of Shane.
Hey,
Shane, wake up.
48 minutes late is better
Shane,
than
wake
not
up.
showing up.
This is actually the reason we don't do the comic books, though. I'm the only person that could do it.
I'm behind, and I know I'm behind. It's going to take some time to get caught up.
Shit, you're behind. Bill's about to be behind. Anybody who paid attention to the Facebook knows that Puppy decided to go in the room.
I saw your room.
Yeah, I saw those photos.
Bill, I know you love your dog.
Yeah.
But next time I ate him.
Dude, I couldn't fucking believe
Something
that.
like that, I would have left his ass outside.
Yeah, I remember.
Damn the heat.
I remember commenting or saying something that's like, "Did he leave a bite on any of them?"
No. I had them all piled into stacks for DC, third characters. Third characters is even if it's owned by DC or Marvel, something like that, like
You're
Darth
talking
Vader.
like Dark Horse,
Darth
Image.
Vader. Darth
Yeah.
Vader is a Marvel comic. That's a third character. It's not part of the Marvel verse. It goes in my third character stack. So I had third character stacks, Marvel, DC, and then other things as well, kind of broken up into storylines, things like that. And I have all this put, and then I have Green Lantern box, X-Men boxes. And they were all in stacks. They were all over to the side. They were fine. While I slept, for some reason he went in, pulled each stack down, created a giant bed for himself, and slept on top of all of them. But didn't hurt any of them.
Maybe he wanted to read them, but realizing that he has no opposable thumb, so he couldn't take them out and flip through the pages. And because he's a dog, no offense, he can't read.
Technically, he can't see color either. Well, he could see some colors, but
Perfect topic for you. You guys are collectors, correct? So what are your thoughts on the repackaging of the Power Rangers DVD sets? We've had the complete season series sets with the bonus discs included. Then we've had the individual season volumes released for everything up to RPM. And now we're getting a third repackaging of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers complete series set, except the only difference is that the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995, is being released on Blu-ray with DVD sets of the show. Also, the set doesn't have any new extras or any extras that weren't on the 20-season Legacy set. Just whatever was on the first two DVD releases. So, I guess my actual question is, as collectors for you, what's the incentive to spend $200 on a set you already have, and the only new add-on is the movie on Blu-ray? And the movie is probably going to be released on Blu-ray separately anyway.
it is, because I had a choice between the Blu-ray and the DVD at Walmart when I was picking up DVDs the other day. And I just picked regular standard DVD. By the way, Shane, this is a question for you. Seeing as how you bought, technically this would be a question for Nick, since he bought Final Fantasy II, and then Final Fantasy IV, and then Final Fantasy IV, and then Final Fantasy IV, and then Final Fantasy IV.
Yes, Nick.
Well,
Nick
it's for
did
Nick
that.
because he's done it more than you have with one series. But you've done it multiple times with multiple series.
No, he's Shane has owned every version of Final Fantasy IV.
No, Nick did that.
But he doesn't like Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
a complex person, okay? And listen,
I remember seeing this.
Sometimes money burns my leg.
This
Give it to me,
Spin
motherfucker.
set.
I could use it.
Just spin the shit out of it.
This newly announced 10 set when it was announced. I'm like,
Nope.
nope. I will start this one out.
This motherfucker says, nope.
As somebody, I like to think of myself as a collector, but unfortunately my collecting has kind of taken a back seat. I haven't really bought any new series movies. I'm hardly buying games these days. But since I don't own
I buy
any,
Switch games.
Yeah.
there's some stuff coming out. Coming out.
No, not coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the new Harvest Moon.
I haven't played Harvest Moon since PlayStation.
I hadn't either.
So
it's awesome on the Switch. Just gonna put that out there.
Shit, you kidding me? Last night I dropped fucking money. I ended up, well, not even last night. I've been dropping money on games lately. Like, as soon as I picked up the Switch and I dropped that $500 to get the Switch, a game, a case, and the protector, I said, hey, I need games.
Otherwise,
the last few times,
that's a neat system.
No, literally, the last few times I dropped games, I bought a random-ass indie game. I don't even, like, I barely fucking play it. It's like a Doom clone, and it's fun, but I barely play it. After fucking E3 announced that Fallout Shelter was coming to the Switch for free, I literally woke up, I was laying in bed when they had announced that. I sat up in bed 4 different times being like, is it updated? Nope. Lay down for a bit. Fuck, I can't sleep. Sit up, turn on the Switch. Is it updated yet? Nope. Fuck. Woke up. Oh. Hey, it's finally updated at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. Download, take my shower, come back, go to work.
I'm going to tell you right now, when that gaming show comes back and starts doing episodes on Fandom Night, it's just going to be a big old fucking bill beating off about how good the Switch is every episode.
Yeah.
I don't play anything else. I play Star Trek on the PS4.
It's fine.
That's it.
It's fine because I will agree with you how great the Switch is. It is an amazing system.
Shit, I beat that Castlevania
we haven't,
game 17 times.
But to get back on track,
what?
I don't own any of the Power Ranger series because I have Netflix, and since everything's on,
which is what we just discussed.
Yep.
That's where a new series needs to go.
So, owning all the Rangers on a Blu-ray, DVD set, whatever, dropping $200. I mean, I don't want to.
No, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers will be DVD. The movie is Blu-ray. That's
okay.
it.
Let's say, for instance, now in terms of rebuying it, no.
Yeah.
But if
absolutely fucking
but if
ridiculous.
you don't already
but
own
let's say you don't own
just
it.
for an extra 10. Wow.
Let's say you don't own it. Okay. First off, you get the 10, you get the movie, you get the series. Okay, if you were to buy this all in the separate features that are out in Walmart right now, it's $20 a feature. Then you have Part 1, Part 2, Part 1, Part 2, Part 1, Part 2. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So still, no. Because I could buy them all individually. And all those extras...
Oh, you mean the few extras?
All those extras are on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true.
And when I bought that first...
And let's be honest about your extras. What are you going to do? Watch them once? Watch the motherfuckers on YouTube.
When I first got that first set, guess how much it cost me? About $80 to $100. That's it.
Well, for me, unless you are a fucking die-hard fucking Ranger.
I don't even think Die Hard cuts it. You get a 10 and a Blu-ray movie, $200. You better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. That better come with a blowjob from your Ranger of choice.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude! Don't do that for me, man.
Oh, he's buying it. The money is burning his leg.
I'm not gay or anything. But I do enjoy some JDF, and I don't know if he'll be up to sucking my dick.
Have to for a 10 of $200.
Yeah.
You could literally buy this fucking thing for less money.
It's not worth it.
In simple packages, or for that matter, you could buy the original set right now.
Yeah.
That original set that Scott bought is $30.
And it's not worth it. Just
you know how I know it's $30? Because they sell those sets right now at FYI for $30 a piece.
They went down in price then.
Yeah, they went down a lot over the
It's
years.
not worth it just to get a bad movie in Blu-ray. No offense, that 95. I don't want to see those mechs in Blu-ray.
But you want
they
watch
look
them
like
in 4K.
shit on DVD.
You want to watch
Yeah,
them
but
in
here's
4K.
the thing. Oh, dude.
Because there was talks of a 4K Blu-ray coming out for it.
I do. I am trying to live the 4K life. I don't want to see those awful.
You do. You do.
Bill, they look bad on DVD.
And that's exactly.
They look bad on VHS.
We want to see it.
VHS.
We want to see it. Shane, let us be honest with ourselves.
I still got the VHS.
Let me just put this out here, Shane. You watched Fan Four Stick in the theaters.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And just to put this out here, you bought Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
I got it for free.
You still purchased that motherfucker.
I left the store without losing money for it.
But you originally picked it up and put it with the other things you were going to buy under the impression that it was going to cost you money.
And then when I look at the receipt and I'm like, this movie's so bad, they gave
free.
it to me.
Now, but still, you purchased under the intent of spending money.
I bought it for the
Dragon
intended
Ball
purpose of
Evolution.
watching it and laughing at it.
But
and guess what we're going to do with Rangers in 4K?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine. You are right. After Fan Four Stick and the Evolution movies.
You mean de-evolution?
Which we saw that in theaters, and you bought it.
Yeah, we all watched it in the
I
theater.
got a problem, okay?
Yeah, we know.
But listen.
Bill's got a problem, too.
Listen,
Nick still has to get him his one birthday gift that he keeps saying he's going to get him. Much like how Bill keeps telling me we're going to have an Orange New Year.
Oh.
Bill keeps telling me that we're going to have an Orange New Year. Nick keeps telling Bill he's going to go out and buy him his favorite movie, Sands of Time.
Really? Hey, Nick, have you picked it up yet?
Oh, my God.
No, that's just a callback to a really old joke from the original first ever episode.
Yeah, literally the first episode.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy it on DVD. Yeah, and I'm going to put that bitch out in the parking lot and run it over.
I said, I will run that motherfucker over until the car runs out of gas, and you will help me push it to the gas station so I can fill it up and run it over one more time as I park.
Well, to be fair,
You know, I should actually go out and buy that DVD just so we can videotape it and put it on one of these episodes.
Yeah, but the problem is if we do it over here, Jeremy is literally right across the street from a gas station.
so it's much more convenient.
Yeah, it's much more convenient. Back then, the gas station was fucking half a mile up the street. Get to pushing, bitch.
Especially when we were doing when we first started the show. Me and Bill were living together in the apartment. There ain't no goddamn gas station nearby.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I mean.
When it comes down to it, it is ridiculous. And this is the Power Rangers is not the only thing that does this. This repackaging shit, and we argued about this way back on a video gaming podcast when I said this repackaging, remastering, and reselling, redouble dipping of the industry needs to fucking stop. And everybody, I had half the crew was against me on it, and then as the conversation went on, it became, look, I understand why we shouldn't allow this, but then Shane would say things like, if they wouldn't do it, I wouldn't buy it because I don't see a point. But then they release it, and I need it because I have a problem.
It's an addiction to buy stuff that I don't really need, but then I need because I need to see it on my shelf. I need to be like, I have it.
There's nothing to make you buy something like that. Think about what they're releasing. And the reason it sells is because fucking people buy it.
I can watch it all.
It's that simple.
I can watch it all on Netflix.
But if you would like to own it, you could buy it in single packs right now for $120. You could have the movie and every single one of those series packs.
The only thing this $200 thing is a convenience factor. Let's say you go to the store and you're having problems finding one of the parts.
And if you're,
that's all it is a convenience factor.
If you're paying,
the fact that it has the metal tin, which holds up a lot better than the plastic box.
You're getting a little bit of fancy packaging.
If you're paying for the extras that you're only going to watch one fucking time, let me tell you something. YouTube downloader, get it.
Yep.
Done. A review of Bionicle. I can't do that.
But, Bill, it's Lego. Everybody loves Legos.
I just don't know anything about it, so I can't review it.
Same here. Oh, Bionics?
No,
and I have
Bionicle.
Lego Bionicle.
I remember those.
And I have so much.
I had a couple of the toys.
I have so much on my backlog, and the way the third shift lifestyle was tearing at my fucking soul.
Which is over with now.
Thank God. I'm going to start getting a lot of stuff back on track for myself, and hopefully all of our shows as well, now that I can finally focus on it.
Must be nice.
It's going to be. It's going to be. You'll see.
Must be nice to do a lot of cool stuff.
I'm gonna figure some things out.
What's it like to have? What's it like to be off work when all of your friends are off work?
Ooh,
I wouldn't know.
You know, I'm gonna be honest here. I wouldn't either.
I read your message.
Just gonna put that out there. I fucking wouldn't either.
The only reason I did not respond last night is because you know what I'm doing.
Cyber Squad. It's not really part of the Ultraman series canon, but you guys got to go over it at some point, right? Also,
true, but
would be good timing with the anime coming in a few months. I don't know anything about that.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. It was an ABC version of Ultraman.
Yep.
Really?
Even
so it's like Power Rangers for Ultraman.
It was adapted from another source, but it was like a.
What is Power Rangers category? What's its category?
Tokusatsu.
Tokusatsu. So this would be in a
technically this falls into we'll talk. Here's the truth of it, guys. I know you guys love to do that. You guys love to be like, well, I mean, you guys are going to talk about it at some point. Guys, we haven't even gotten to the father of Tokusatsu. By now, we should have went over the Godzilla films.
Yep.
The Sentai Review was born from a Power Rangers conversation and got the name Sentai Review because that's what most people will know. But the truth of it is that this thing that we do talks Tokusatsu. And truth be told, by now, we should have talked God-fucking-Zilla.
Yep.
If we're going to be talking about
Although, truth be told, one of the last episodes that I edited and uploaded to the What's Up Fandom Night YouTube, good luck finding it, by the way. But yeah, one of the last things I did was like Bill's talk over Godzilla.
Hell, we're not even finished with the Robos yet.
Yeah.
We're a lot closer than you
We're getting closer to the end, very close to the end.
We're starting to knock giant sections off our list, which is opening up other sections.
But then after Robos is done, you know, until there's a new series, we can't do costumes or Robo.
We've still got villains and all kinds of movies.
Morphing sequences,
and then
morphers.
The comparisons to the American costumes to the Japanese costumes.
Opening music. Can we do that?
The American cast against the Japanese cast?
Oh, out of costumes.
Yeah.
Out of costumes. We were going to do cast comparisons.
Not only that, but I don't know if we can do it because of copyright.
I thought for a second you were talking costumes. I was like, they're the same, Scott.
I don't know if I don't know if we can do
street clothes.
Right.
I don't know if we can do this because of copyright.
The music we've already talked on that 18 different times. The music we would not be able to do.
Just because of copyright?
I want to, but man, the copyright is so hard on that music.
Because we can see the difference between our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I'm
going to
keep looking into it. There has to be a way to do it. There has to.
Yeah, but like I said, the only thing I could think of is make it a podcast only,
or chipmunk that shit.
But even then,
we can't play it on. We can't play the music on while we're recording.
No.
So the only thing we can do that I can think of is before we hit record. We sit there, listen to both of them.
See, here's the thing, though. The way the show, that's easy. We could do that, but man, what would suck about it
is nobody else will be able to hear it.
Yeah, we'd have to be like, okay, leave our video, go back to YouTube, find this song, listen to it, come back.
And then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
Because of copyright infringement, such ass. You know, you could tell them 100 times.
There is one more thing we can do.
This is not my music.
There's one more thing we can do, and I promise you we're not going to get the go-ahead.
What's that?
You call the company.
And get their permission. If we get their permission.
If we get an exclusive writ permission that says, yes, you could talk about the music.
Good fucking luck with that.
The only problem with that
is
that we're not big enough.
somebody would listen to our show, and they would say, hell no! You hear how these guys tear this fucking shit apart?
Like, nope, tag, nope,
no, it wouldn't be a spammer. We'd get killed by the company.
Yeah.
You think the company would listen to our show and think that we're going to bring in viewers to their show?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I hate
not to mention the fact that the music industry is so fucking fractured.
There's love in all of what we do here.
Yeah.
But
there are people that criticize what we do.
There's so many people. I see this all the time where people get on, watch one episode randomly of ours, hear us smash one of their favorite things, and they go, fuck these guys, and they never come back. They put the thumb down, and they never come back. We get 5 or 6 thumb downs every single episode from people that get mad because we shit on their thing.
Which is
even
funny
if we're
because
doing
they
it,
thumbed the fuck out of when we made fun of the last one.
No, I see people leave our show all the time and unsubscribe because we shit on their thing. Because we're not a show that just... There's a lot of love in our show, but we're adults joking on an adult level on stuff that was never meant to be held up to that kind of scrutiny.
Right. But yeah, and then even then, like I said, then we would also have to get yeses from every fucking record company that literally owns the music.
Because it'll be owned by them. That's the reason like the Power Rangers theme can't be used in movies and things like that, is because it's weird. It's owned by... it gets so
I think
confusing.
the movie version is owned by a different company.
It's all licensed shit. It's so complicated.
Yeah, which is why I said we would have to get a yes from like fucking all these different places.
And the biggest problem is, though, is I hate to say this, but we're not that big.
Of course not.
Right.
And, you know...
In terms of Sentai channels, we're growing exponentially.
Well, yes, on that, but as a podcast, dude, there's so many people that don't even know we exist. I've told people, hey, man...
There's a reason for that.
I'm in a podcast.
There's a reason for that.
Listen.
Stop and listen to some podcasts and pay real close attention.
Bill, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
But I don't think you're paying enough attention, because you'll start to notice that if you really listen to when they talk about how they had to work that day or something like that, really listen. A good portion of those guys that you're listening to that are big podcasts, they work in the industry.
Yep.
We don't.
We don't.
Believe it or not, while we're trying to make this something to work in the industry, this is
there's so many people like Turtle Soup, which is just it's all it is a podcast that follows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the very first issue ever released, chronologically, everything that's ever been released in Turtles history, all the way up to present day. That's all they do. And it took me about 110 episodes to finally catch something. The two guys that do that podcast work in the film industry and use that as a pivot point, which is why they're so fucking big. I don't have a pivot point.
No.
I have fucking these guys.
Yay, we're these guys.
That's all we got. We got these guys.
Well, the thing about it is that I've been telling people, like, you know...
None of us...
use guys!
And you know what's really sad about it? Is I've listened to a lot of podcasting. Since we've been podcasting, I never used to listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
but now since that we do it, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed something big. We talk about Power Rangers. Now, and looking at normal people every day, they think we talk about baby shit, little kid shit.
Yeah.
Shit, not even that. We
have a better show
but still.
Than a lot of these podcasters, because I've listened to them. I'm like...
Dude, it's excruciating.
Why are you boring?
Yep.
You're talking about something that I actually like. But I've listened to 14 podcasts, and I'm like, no.
Dude, it's amazing.
And I play that game. I like that game. Why can't you be interesting? We talk about Power Rangers. I go tell my parents I do a Power Ranger podcast. They look at me like, you're going to be 30.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, you wouldn't believe how popular Power Rangers are. Ever since we've done this show, we have found more and more people that love this show. I grew up with this show. Of course, I'll do this at 90. I remember in my day, Power Rangers. I loved it. You know?
Shit, we've been doing
do me a
podcasts.
favor real quick. Reach into that box. Grab up one of are there any of the coat hangers in there?
There is not.
Shit. Is there, like, anything that looks like a pen or a pencil? Like, any straight
What
flat?
are we doing all of a sudden?
This motherfucker's over here going, Power Rangers and pee-popping like a pussy!
I see.
That's not going to sound good on people's ears. They're going to be like, yeah,
there is not.
Ah, fuck, I can feel it through my phone.
He just helped the situation.
It's helped the situation.
Yeah, I know.
And
as an
not.
example.
That doesn't look that bad on this end.
That's fine.
No, but really, it's not just that. We've been podcasting for years.
Yeah.
And actually, our gaming podcasts and the thing is that people don't bring their actual passion into their podcasting. I hear it all the time. They do a show. And while they might be passionate about it, they don't have it's weird. They have the passion, but they don't bring it in the way that we do. Our show is different for one reason, and it's something that I've tried to explain to Scott a couple of times. Sometimes Scott will wait for his turn to talk.
Don't do that. Literally just cut people off. Just cut
it's
people off like I just did to Bill. Bill won't get a word in. I just cut you off. That's what you got to do in podcasting.
No, you don't. 80% of the podcasts you listen to are built on a structure that says, blah, 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 my opinion, blah, 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 blah. Red Seat. What do you think?
The podcasts I listen to, they're cutting each other off all the time.
Not as much as we do.
Yeah.
We are living room conversations.
True.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't have...
We're in the living room right
Let's
now.
be real. I don't have
We're
patience.
We're going to be in the living room later tonight doing wrestling.
So you talk and talk and talk, and I'm like, I just want to talk. And I'm like, nope, sorry, shut up, my turn.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have patience to wait for you.
Yeah. Whereas if you listen to like a show that everybody here except for Scott, all three of us here listen to, Hollywood Babylon.
Get on that shit, by the way, Scott.
I've heard
about
bits
Babylon.
and pieces, but not
Babylon.
the whole show,
Babylon.
So Babylon is Ralph says, okay, here's the segment. I'm going to read some emails. Kevin reacts.
And actually, if you cut Ralph off, he gets fucking pissed.
Yeah.
He's walked audience members out for it. He'll lose track of the show. Because he can't handle that because we are living room conversations.
You remember
most
Dennis?
famous podcasts.
You remember fucking Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Dennis? He's only talked about it for the last 4 fucking episodes. That was a goddamn month ago. He's still bitching about Dennis.
But he's not the only one.
For the night.
He's not the only one. That is normal in podcasting, is to have a structure that goes back and forth and is a conversation between two hosts or something like that. But it's not like our conversations. We are living room, unedited conversations. And that also leads us to another thing that I've heard before where people say, well, you guys get off track. Well, that's because we're a living room conversation and we're live. Yeah. Whatever happens right now, right here, fucking happens.
Yeah.
And when
like the fact that technically speaking, there's only 6 questions left to go to, and we can fucking... Me and Scotty could talk about Master Rider, but you know what we're doing? We're going to keep getting off track, because fuck that show!
And you know what that means? This might be a 2-parter.
Yeah, no shit.
Speaking in which, though, we are the original Star Trek from 1960s. Also want the episode should be Doomsday Machine.
They want us to do the episode Doomsday Machine.
Okay, you guys want me to talk about the episode Doomsday Machine. Now, here's the reason I'm not going to do that.
Because it's awesome. And go watch it.
Because technically there's already a show for that.
Well, we had a show.
I don't have the time.
Yeah.
This podcast, I'm going to need an hour and a half.
What's his name? What's his name? Is it Decker? Was Decker in that? Commodore
Decker's
Decker?
in that.
Fuck
and
Decker.
Also,
Fuck
the greatest red shirt ever is in that episode.
Oh my God, the badass red shirt.
Yes.
Who literally was like, motherfucker, let's go.
I do not die, and I do not go down in one neck punch.
Yeah, because that guy gets punched, and he gets back up, and he's like, you know what? Fuck this, man.
He even fucking blocked and was like, bow, and hit that dude back, and I was like, what? I was like, you're wearing red. Why does it hurt, motherfucker?
I'm going to tell you something. Kurt comes down, he's like, did you fight this guy off? He's like, I did my best, sir. He's like, away missions, you're coming with me.
Nope. I'd say, switch to a gold shirt, command crew, bridge now.
Yeah.
And away team, you will come. Wear this color, you don't die.
I've watched main characters get taken out by neck chop. Oh, I'm done. And this dude was like, no, bitch, I'm wearing red, and I ain't going down.
I've seen a worthless Klingon get his ass beat every day. You watch that show. I can't remember his name. What is it called? Getting, Worfed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite getting Worfed moment in the history of all getting Worfed is in Data Lore when he walks into the fucking, turbo lift, blah, 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 and fucking Lore says, emergency close, and the door's shut, and he turns around and sees the door shut, then he turns back around, he slaps the phaser out of his hand, he says, now, show me your warrior fierceness. And he punches Lore in the face. Bow! And Lore says, ugh, and he pushes his chest. That dude, his fucking face at that moment, that must have hurt worse than anything he's ever been through.
Dude,
Because Worf straight up is just like,
when the board came on the bridge to take Picard, and fucking Worf's like, he jumps over that console, he's like, let's do this, and they're like, get out of here.
He gets stiff-armed. He gets straight up pushed in the face.
But
fuck
fucking
out of here.
Riker gets knocked down, and he gets right back up like, I ain't done.
Worf gets pushed in the face, hits the ground, does not get up. Riker gets pushed over the fucking sidebar. By the way, that railing is a terrible fucking
hazard.
idea. That's a safety hazard like a motherfucker. The reason the bars existed on the original Enterprise was for safety. That you can't even hold on to whatever that trip railing is on that fucking
because
Enterprise.
where your seat is on, you have to be like
right.
stretching.
That's just a fucking hazard waiting
and
to happen.
Riker gets knocked over. He gets back up. He's like, "Bitch, I ain't done. Let's do this.
Fucking
I'll
push.
fight all you."
Wait, you want to talk about a hazard with Star Trek Next Generation? What about Riker sitting on one of the command boards?
He always does.
He always does.
Yeah.
He always sits on the consoles.
I want to know whose job it is that's sitting there on the bridge where they see Riker walk in and he starts to lean over and they go, fuck, lock code 873.
Yeah, lock code.
This motherfucker's going to hit the self-destruct. 325. Okay, there, it's locked.
You'd be like, he sits down, self-destruct, Captain, what is it? Riker said on the console again, God damn it. Captain, Picard code, blah, 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 deactivate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Engineering, I need warp 7. We can't, sir. Why? Riker's sitting on the console again. I had to lock them all.
Once everything gets moving.
Riker!
Once everything gets moving, we are possibly, this all depends on whether or not I can get all the shows moving correctly again.
Yeah, we were tossing around a Doctor Who Star Trek show.
It's called Who Trek.
Who Trek.
And the whole point is that the whole point was to give you a chance to talk about Doctor Who and me a chance to talk about Star Trek. I'm not going to be discussing Doctor Who.
I'll probably be in on some of Star
Doctor
Trek.
Who.
I'll probably be in for some of the Star Trek episodes, but...
And then there's always the possibility that if you want me to discuss Star Trek, you could catch me on some of my live streams when I'm just playing Star Trek. I'll talk any topic you want Star Trek-wise on there. Bio Kids, Super Ranger Kids, Filipino ripoff, the TMNT anime, the next mutation. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's happening.
It's
canon in space.
Canon for space.
In fact, the next thing we talk about is the space series.
Yep.
And it's in the early episodes.
We're talking about, get this, we have to talk about Space Part 1. Then when the Turtles show up, we're going to be alternating between Space and Turtles back and forth on those 15 Drive episodes, because those two shows happened at the same time.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I gotta work.
Nope. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll hold off. There's other shit to talk about.
Yeah, there's always more shit.
We can jump into Big Bad Beetleborgs until you get fired or move to first shift.
Sentai or Ranger games and bootleg Gundam toys. Okay. Bio Kids and Super Ranger Kids, we don't have those set up and ready yet. The TMNT anime. What she's talking about, because I know immediately you're thinking what show she's talking about.
I for some reason, in my mind, I'm thinking the 2000 series.
No.
Okay.
There is a TMNT anime, and it is amazing.
You say that oddly?
So, there's this, meteor that crashes to Earth and breaks into fragments or something, and then these little things, these power stones are created. And these power stones go to these turtles.
You make this sound like the Hyperstone type of thing.
And then
like
they are not created by mutagen, they're created by super crazy power stones that turn them into mutant men or something. So Dude, this is amazing.
I think I've seen images of this.
Bebop and Rocksteady are in it. There is a Shredder. The Turtles are in it. They all look unconventional. I'm trying to be nice. That
one, right?
That's it.
Those
are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle anime
I've
turtles.
Seen the images of that stuff, but I've never seen any of the actual episodes. So.
It's something, to say the least. It's a show.
I'll be sure to try and find the first episode at least to check it out.
If you actually sit down and watch the first episode, I will rewatch the first episode and we can actually talk about it, because it is amazing, to say the least.
Okay. But as far as the Sentai and Ranger games, I mean, we kind of have access to some.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, we tried playing a couple of them a while back.
And then there's that Bid for Power 2 that's supposed to be coming out?
Man, it seems like it's really taking forever. And they basically remade Beats for Power.
Oh, Beats
of
for
Power.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Beats of Power got an update, like a huge update, where they redid all kinds of graphics and everything.
And it's like a 4-player game now, too?
Yep. Yeah.
And then Beats of Power 2 is more or less going to be Zeo instead of...
That's what I'm hearing. We don't have the ability to talk about that necessarily, but we need to start... We need to have like a day where we get together, play a Ranger game, and then come in here and talk about that Ranger game.
You mean the one that came out last year? The side-scrolling beat-em-up one?
Yeah, sadly, we'll have to play awful games like that, too.
The odd thing is it's not online co-op, it's couch co-op.
Makes it easier to come in here and talk about it if we're already...
That's a true statement. If we bought it and played it right here and streamed it from this house, and we set the mic system up correctly...
That would be the easiest thing to do.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and as for bootleg Gundam toys, I don't even know where to start.
We already covered some odd bootleg offshoot Ranger and other thing toys. So
yep. I know this is probably impossible. Oh wow. I know this is probably impossible to happen, but think episode 150 should be about the new-ish Power Rangers movie. It's on Netflix, and this would be a perfect episode to then compare and contrast it to Pervy Zordon, his robot assistant, and the 5 teenagers he stole, otherwise known as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Or you could talk about the shows that did parodies of Power Rangers or copied them in some way, which we did. We talked about the teenage Beverly... Damn it.
Tattoo Teenage Alien
Thank
Fighters
you.
from Beverly Hills.
For example, there was an episode of the Animaniacs that parodied Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There is also a cartoon show called, and I'm not kidding when I say this, Super Ultra Monkey Team Hyper Force Go.
Yep.
It's real, and it's amazing, and dumb, and I love it. That name alone means we have to cover it.
It is dumb, and monkeys.
So, 2055 is when I'm looking at this show will be done.
What?
Sentai. All Sentai. No more Sentai. Nothing to talk about. Tokusatsu. No more. 2055.
Why?
I'm just saying, because we keep getting more and more stuff piled on, like, wow.
Dude,
But there's always going to
you
be
will,
Godzillas.
you will die on the mic, and we'll just
Yeah.
say, next week, open sessions for a new host of the Sentai Review.
Shane just... It looks like he died.
Technically speaking,
Special funeral and replacement episode next week.
yeah.
Open fucking... open applicants at the fucking funeral.
No shit.
Like, we're going to miss you, buddy. All right, so what are your qualifications?
Do you have
acting is not
your
required.
pay your respects. Give me your application. Pay your respects. I'm gonna read this over.
do you have a list?
Yeah.
We had a segment. And now that the guy who did that segment...
Do you know Japanese? Yes. No, you're unqualified.
Yeah. Unqualified.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can pronounce the words properly? We can't
Nope.
have
Get
that.
out.
Yep, you're
Get
out.
out.
Sorry.
We have a segment where we butcher names. We can't have that.
Yep.
But as far as the Animaniacs stuff, I know me and Seth have seen it over and over
Yep.
again. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like during an Animaniacs episode, they did a...
I want to say it's in season 3, I think. I can't think of the exact episode, but I want to say it's somewhere in season 3.
Because they have like their own version of Rita, and
Yep.
And then the water tower becomes a Megazord.
Yep.
There's not too much. Like, okay, look, a lot of these topics we are adding to a list.
Oh, shit. I just thought of something else that must be added to the list, because I know I brought it up with you guys, but sadly it must be talked about on the camera. Or, excuse me, on the mic.
Yeah, we haven't done camera in a long time.
Ninja Batman. Ninja Batman is Sentai.
Like the video game where the guys
the
have
new- the
bats.
new
No,
anime.
the new
The
anime
actual-
that came out.
the
The
actual
full
DC
length
animated movie.
2-hour fucking movie.
Okay.
It's
Because look, Ninja Batman is one of the greatest games you'll ever play.
To be fair, I've been hearing
No,
that
I
that
know.
movie is amazing.
It
And I'm
is
hearing-
and it isn't.
That it's not good.
I
at all.
don't like the animation style.
Oh no, the animation style is
It's a hard
amazing.
cut. It's a hard
story,
cut. I don't
yeah.
hear any middle ground. People love it or people despise it.
Yep.
It's like Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Atlas movie, I guess.
Yeah.
The Sentai Review on trial. The gang takes critiques from the fans in an effort to educate the cast on some of their favorite things from Tokusatsu. If I could set that up, I don't know how some people in this room would handle it.
Yeah.
There's somebody in this room that does not like to be shit on.
Yeah, we saw it the last time I tried to use a calculator, and I was trying to round 8 decimal points, so I wasn't reading right. You almost had to walk for a month to get
Wait,
to this show.
You're talking about somebody that doesn't like getting shit on?
Oh, well.
Hey, Nick, do you like getting shit on?
Oh, my God!
Man, he's really quiet today.
He's such an asshole. It's amazing.
I'm kind of... Me and him have to have a long sit down.
Oh, man.
Is it kind of like the long sit down he and I had to have from last time? Like the long sit down you and I had to have from that.
Well,
same,
I have to do
episode?
I have to do it behind my girlfriend's back because she doesn't want me to talk to him
Well, see,
personally.
I was thinking in terms of Scott.
He fucked up that.
Scott
bad.
does not
Future
like
Scott.
it when fans shit upon him.
Scott and Future Scott.
I'll tell
And
you
I
later.
could just
Fair
imagine literally having a fan fan
tribunal.
fan tribunal live talking to him.
Scott of Earth, kneel before the Zod tribunal.
Listen.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Scott would get a fucking red ring in this motherfucker.
Yep.
Comes
I would-
crashing in. I'm like, finally, my rage is. No, I want it.
But then at that point, you'd fucking steal the ring, the orange ring from Larfleeze. What are you worried about?
Well, now I have to run because he's on his way to kill me to take back his.
Also, the reason I don't
You'll be all right.
The reason-
I'm getting a blue and a green ring.
the reason I don't know about a show like that where a bunch of experts come in and tell us their
quotation
expertness,
Because we are not experts.
and that is
Add the quotes
exactly
when
how
Shane
the
said
show works.
Expert, same where I said expert both times there.
If the show had to be critiqued and put down to, hey, we're experts and we want you to know why you were wrong, then by the time we get to the part where you guys slammed us about how wrong we were, we might not even care to go over the material to correct ourselves, because as we do things and as we watch these series, we are correcting ourselves on different things.
Yep, we're learning and growing.
If you go back to the first couple episodes, our knowledge of the material has grown exponentially.
Yep.
Gundam review for the 150th.
By the way, Future Scott, you could take down the Dr. Evil finger quote. Experts.
Now, as for Gundam review for the 150th, I don't know what that means.
He means do another Gundam review for 150. Hey, look, we did a Gundam list. That's reviewed. Next.
To do more. See, because here's the thing. I didn't know if he meant, like, talk about one of the shows. And if so, you need to be very specific if you tell me to talk about Gundam. Because Gundam
can cover a large area.
Yeah, that's
as we talked of earlier.
Too vast. All I did was one episode talking about the RX-78 series.
And that's one Gundam.
Which I wanted to be in.
And that's literally one unit.
Yep.
Which I wanted to be in, but I couldn't. Because I could talk that. I've seen that. That's an old anime.
And I was the one who didn't want to be in it.
But now if you were to...
I'd have tagged you in. You tagged me in.
If you were to put
your
me...
ass was stuck at work.
If you were to put me saying talk about one of the series, I need to know what series.
Yep.
And as for Gundam, the next thing lined up is to talk about the Zakus.
Oh, we're going to be here for a while on those.
And the reason why is because I need to know how the Zaku handles.
Well, we already know how
we already know how it
handles like a piece of shit.
Yeah, you got to go back to one of the old What's
Except
Ups.
for the fact
I think it's What's Up episode 2, I think.
I think that Char Zaku handles a little better because it's his own custom.
See, that's why I'm excited to get to the Zakus, is because a lot of them had customs.
Oh, shit.
The Black Tri-Stars were not in DOMs. They started in black custom coat Zakus.
Which is their own customization, so they pilot differently.
Yes.
Random soldier gets random green Zaku.
And then there are Federation Zakus, and they're painted white.
Yep.
And they handle differently because the Federation went through them and like, well, fuck that. Let's put our thing in.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting.
But yeah, I think I was wrong. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that was a legacy of gaming, like back for the Final Fantasy for the first run of it.
So I am not against...
No, it was part of the second run.
I'm not against that, and I am prepping a ridiculous amount of material because Zaku's... Oh my God!
There's a lot of them.
Because there's Zaku's and Zaku 2s, and technically aren't there Zaku 3s?
I have
and
a
there's
lot
the
of
mass-produced units, and then
I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to Zaku's. But as I've been digging, there's piles of shit that even I was unaware of. And where my knowledge comes from with Gundam is for one big reason. If you wanted me to talk about the show, I only got one thing. Universal Century. That's it. Most of the other Gundam series do not fucking interest me. I like real mecha. I'm not a fan of super mecha. I tolerate it when I watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and things of that nature. And you'll even hear me mention, when we talk about things, sometimes I'll mention that this doesn't seem right. Or I'll say, oh, he can't even fucking move. Well, that's because I term those things in terms of real mecha.
Yep.
That's Gundam Universal Century.
But Bill, we have one question
I'm not a big fan of Gundam Wing Super Mecha.
Yeah, Gundam Wing takes place in its own. Anything that has to do with Amuro, around Amuro, even going to like
Stardust Memory, the Titans,
Zeta, Double Zeta,
War in the Pocket,
Char's Counterattack,
Unicorn.
Who else? I know there's others. Mustache.
That's Turn A.
Turn A. I think that's Universal Century.
Yes, I believe it is.
Like your Destiny, your Destiny C.
There's the O.
Those are not Universal Century.
Your Gundam Wing is not. But
that's not to say that they don't still borderline on real mecha. But look at Gundam. Look at G Gundam. That is a super mecha.
That is not. There is nothing on the fucking line. There ain't no war. It's a tournament.
It becomes a war. A dumb one, but it becomes one.
But
regardless, look, I'm working on the Zaku's next. If there's something particular you want me to talk about, you gotta be particular. Because my knowledge, where it comes from, is because I like Gunpla. That's why I know about all these units that don't appear in the show, is because I'm a huge fan of Gunpla models. A huge fan. I used to get a Gunpla model every single week. Yeah. My grandma would send them to me. Every week she would send me a new one. And when that started, I first went down to Alabama. It sucked. But there was this little city that was pretty close to me, and we could drive over there. And when I got there, there was this one store in particular that sold Gunpla models. The first 5 I bought, I knew from shows. Then my grandma started sending them, and she would just keep a list at home of things that she'd bought and send me one every week. And by the second one she sent, I didn't know what that thing was. But that's why I became so excited and addicted to the idea of Gundam and its real war idea, that these are just machines of war, and no tank on the battlefield is right off the construction line like every other tank. They go through manipulation. Sometimes they've been upgraded, they've had things done to them, they have different paint jobs, they might have the different bomb girl on the side, like, old World War II jets would often be somehow customized before they were actually put into battle. This is something that intrigued me about Gundam, is that you have a Zaku, but then the Zaku piloted by the very next guy is different than that Zaku. And that's how I got into Gundam. So I know a lot of this material from that. I used to read all the pamphlets and shit that came with them.
And then there was one last question.
Yep, there's one last question.
What is love?
That's right. I got this on my groovin' playlist. Don't fucking hate.
I didn't hate.
And that's all I got.
Fans.
Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, remember to check out fandomnight.com. At fandomnight.com, you can drop a line to this show, or you could check out other podcasts as well. We cover all kinds of topics, everything from comic books, wrestling, movies, TV shows, video games, animes, mangas. It's outrageous. We seem to have a podcast for just about everything, and you have access to it just by going over to fandomnight.com. So check it out, guys. We're going to get out of here.